I'm the 5-Minute Professor, and today's lesson is on the SAT and the ACT. And if you are a student, I have some information that you may find valuable. If you are a student who is a sophomore or a junior, good for you. You're doing the right thing, trying to find out about the SAT and the ACT. If you're a senior, you're a tiny bit behind the 8 ball, but at least you're checking now. And many seniors, well, many students have this question. Why do I have to take this stupid test? Because everyone has to take it. And that's really the thing, isn't it? If you are going to be going into college in the United States, you are going to have to take a standardized test. And people say, well, that's just not fair. Well, it turns out it is fair. It is the epitome of fair. There is nothing that more defines something being fair than everyone taking the same test. Here's what's not fair. Let's say that you were at a high school where most of the students were not going to be college bound. That education would be different than the education you would get if you were at a high school where everybody was preparing for college. I went to a college preparatory high school. That was the goal. The people that went to my high school paid extra money because we were going to be getting ready for college. We took extra courses. We did extra things. We were on track to go to college. So even the worst student at my school was still taking an SAT or an ACT, depending on which school they were going to go to. But if you are at a more typical high school across the country, fewer than half of the students have any intention of ever going to college, but their education is the same. So how could you compare the education from a high school where everyone is trying to get into college with the education you would get at a high school where only half of the students are trying to get into college? So those A's and B's which you earn at a standard high school, how can they compare against the A's and B's that someone at my high school would have earned? So therefore, we all take the same test, and you can be a great student at a great school and still not score well on the test because the SAT and the ACT are unlike any test you've taken before in your lives. Because the test you take in school, you learn the material, you do the homework, there's maybe a quiz or two, and then you get tested on it. Unlike that, the ACT, the SAT is about everything, some of which you may not have been taught. There's vocabulary, there's sentence structure, there's reading comprehension, there's writing, there's math, both with and without a calculator, there are science questions. There is a lot of material covered on the SAT and the ACT, and it's important. You need to be able to do well on it. And if you aren't a great test taker, that doesn't mean that life has to come to an end. There are plenty of tools out there to help you prepare, but you need to understand that it's important. And I know as a teenager, most people think that the most important things in the world are your friends or the party that's coming up next Saturday night. But for a little while, imagine that the rest of your life is just as important as the things you're doing now. You need to prepare. You need to take it seriously. You need to practice. You need to find some resources so you can do a good job on a test which will be supremely important to you down the road. But don't freak out. That never helps anybody. Practice, practice, practice. Perceptum, quispium, damnatium. Learn something, damn it. And then get tested on it in a standardized way. I'm the 5-Minute Professor, and thank you very much for listening to today's lesson. If you have any comments at all, please put them in the comments section down below. And of course, like it and subscribe to the channel. But most important, if you liked it, if you commented, and if you subscribed, tell your friends. Perceptum, quispium, damnatium. Learn something, damn it.